Oh, Steve Arts 89. Well, this is interesting. Okay, we all know the CW was sold, and by sold I mean a company called Nexstar, which has a bunch of a network of channels or whatever, basically took on the debt of the CW and didn't actually pay for it. They just took on the debt and now they own it. And they have revealed that the channel was not profitable, that they're actually running at a loss, and that the main demographic, the main audience of people that were watching the station were 58-year-olds. That was the average age. This is all very shocking. I mean, it's shocking. People sort of can't believe it because the sort of shows that the channel was famous for were all teen-orientated shows like Riverdale and the Arrowverse films and films series, and just very, very progressive, teen-orientated shows. So the idea that the main audience, the main people watching the channel were 58-year-olds is kind of strange. Now, when you think about it, someone's pointing out that, well, prime time would be those couple of shows, those couple of teen-orientated shows for like 2 hours a night, and the rest of the 22 hours is just regular programming, repeats, syndicated shows, game shows, crime shows, Judge Judy, stuff like that. And they have an older demographic. So basically what they're saying now is we're going to cater to our actual audience and not spend time and money on shows that is, that's not being watched by our audience. Now, my understanding with these shows was they never really made money from the screenings on the network. They made money from selling the shows to streaming services like Netflix that had a younger demographic and, more people. So that's how they made their money. But then once Paramount Plus came into play, then it was a different issue because instead of selling it to the competition, now they want it for their own service. So they kind of don't have that option anymore. So the network kind of, it just couldn't make money anymore. I mean, it wasn't really making money itself, but they couldn't make money off those shows anymore. So they're cancelling them and changing them and everything. And there's talk that Superman and Lois and I think Stargirl or whatever her name is, some of the shows that are still surviving, maybe going to go to HBO Max or going to go somewhere else. But because there's the issue, Warner Brothers is tied into some of them, and other ones I think are all... I don't know who owns the rights and who owns them anymore, but it's just kind of strange to realise that the audience, that that the channel is basically older people watching it, and that it's not shocking that it wasn't profitable, because when you looked at the ratings for the shows, they didn't make a lot of money, and once you realise that they made the money out of selling them, once they could no longer sell them because those stations were operating differently with the streaming now. You can kind of understand why they weren't profitable anymore. Now, why they didn't just... Well, I was going to say, why didn't they just create their own streaming channel? Well, they did. That's what Paramount is. Because the CW originally was UPN and a Warner Brothers network, and they joined together and made the CW. And for a long time, they made a lot of good shows, a lot of shows that genre fans were interested in. Shows like Supernatural and stuff like that, which went for like 14 years. So... it's kind of sad to see them go, to know that no one's going to be making that content. But then, Paramount Plus, they're going to be making that content now, because they were the ones who wanted it anyway, because they were making it and selling it to Netflix, like they were selling Discovery and stuff like that. So now they're just doing it for themselves. So, which was kind of the point of creating their own streaming service. So it's kind of interesting. I can't believe I'm still talking at 4 minutes, but I guess I should stop. I don't know, I'm just like, are we going to see like a reboot of Murder, She Wrote? Or, I mean, what are they going to do for this network now that it's considered for older people? And the idea that they'd actually cater for older people and not be chasing the 18 to 35 demographic is kind of fascinating. I'd love to see what they do for that channel, because I like a lot of the older shows as well. I like the superhero stuff and the teen stuff, but also like some of the older shows. So, I mean, they're all quality, and I don't really... I feel like that... the demographic is such a discriminatory thing and always has been. So I like the idea of them doing, targeting audiences that are older and more mature, and respecting that these people, they have a dollar as well. They have money to spend as well, and they're advertising to them. that they're valuable, because this idea always this 18 to 35s were the only people worth targeting was always pretty offensive. But I'm over 5 minutes. I should stop talking. I don't have anything much else to say. It's just fascinating to see how this went. I'm surprised that the channel was doing as badly as it was, and that it ran the way it did, and that they did run it that way because it wasn't the best way to run the channel. And now these new people, Nexstar, have come in, are going to change it all up and make it profitable and functional. And it'll be interesting to see what they produce, or will they just run on syndicated stuff and reruns of old shows that people still like to watch? Or it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'll miss the CW, but like I said, the content's all going to be now going on to HBO Max and Paramount Plus and stuff like that. So we won't lose it. It's just not on commercial TV anymore. It's all streaming, which is kind of weird to sort of have these shows sort of gone from TV. But that's the way it's going. Bye.